An Android smartphone for under $100? Let's check this out. Dave Taylor here, and I'm looking at this. This is the new X6 smartphone. Well, looking at it, we're going to unbox it. But I want to just say it's really refreshing to see that some companies are working on phones that cost less than $1,000. I mean, $799, $999, $1,099. The new Motorola is $1,699. People are spending a crazy amount of money on their smartphones. Now, they're pretty cool, but it's really nice to occasionally look at something at the other end of the spectrum. So, with our handy dandy package unboxing tool, we're going to go ahead and unbox and open up this X600 and see what's inside the box. Now, while I'm doing this, let me tell you that it's powered by a Helio A22 2 gigahertz quad-core 4X Cortex A53 processor. I don't know what any of that means either, but suffice to say it's a 2 gig quad-core CPU, has 3 gig of RAM, comes with 32 gig of storage, which is a little on the slim side, but it is expandable with micro SD for another 128 gig if that's what you need. It also supports, let's get into it. But I want to say that it has a fingerprint sensor on the back, which is cool. Look at that, nice packaging job, guys. Very good. So it has a fingerprint sensor on the back. It's running Android 9.0 Pie. It has, as we can see, it's a pretty nice looking unit. We'll take it out of the plastic. And there's, of course, a protective cover on the front. Let's see if it ships with some battery power. Will it start? And let's see, there's already a screen protector put on it, which is cool. But unfortunately, oh, you know what? There might not be a battery in it. This might be one of these phones you have to put a battery in. So suffice to say, it's also a little bit of a smaller size. And I like that because, a lot of these phones are getting bigger and bigger. And I hear from people all the time that they want smaller versions of things. So this is a 5.7 inch HD plus screen, which means it's running at 1440 by 720. So it's not quite 1080p, but it's still HD. The rear is a dual camera 13 megapixel, and the front is a 5 megapixel camera. And like I said, already has a screen protector installed. That's nice. Now, what else is in the box? Let's see. Well, let's see. We have a Mint Mobile Cleverness Kit. I think that's just a starting data and SIM, 5 gig a month, 4G LTE data. 3 months of service, unlimited talk and text, 3-in-1 SIM card. This thing supports 2 SIM cards, by the way. So you can have 2 entirely different phone numbers on the same phone. That is super helpful. So we have this Mint Mobile starter package. We have getting started with your X6. And any guess that the next version is going to be the X7? Yeah, probably. A new mobile sticker, always important. Have questions or concerns? Contact us, and that is good to know. And they have Mint Mobile and New Mobile on the same card, so they're pretty close, right? So one of the other nice things about phones at this level is they come with accoutrements or accessories. So this one comes with an additional screen protector, and it comes with a small case. So let's go ahead and put the case on right off the bat. It's not necessarily the best case in the world, but it's certainly functional. It fits perfectly. And the huge benefit of this is that it's all in the box. You don't have to go back to the store. You don't have to go online or anything. You got everything you need, which means that this could be great for like a teenager or a grandparent or someone who needs a phone but doesn't want to get into sort of the cult of mobile devices. Not that this won't run all sorts of Android apps, and with Android 9.0, it obviously has the capability of running most everything. And as I suspected, by the way, here's the battery. So the reason it wouldn't power on is because I don't have the battery in it. So let's see if we can put the battery in. And that usually pops off the bottom. Yep, so, don't try this with your iPhone. This will just cause vast anxiety. So the back is actually plastic. And with a little gentleness, not only do we see that we can put the battery in, and you just line up the electrical connections. So we'll put it in. I'm guessing it will come with some basic charge. We'll find out in a second. But I want to point out there are 2 slots for 2 SIM cards, and then there's the micro SD expansion card. So all of those actually fit in the back, which is great because then once you close it back up, you don't have any worries about anything, and the sides stay nice and sleek. And one other thing I will highlight is that it has on the top a 3.5 millimeter AUX audio jack. Yay. I like being able to plug in audio devices, so that's a good thing. And it charges via micro USB. They could have updated, but you can survive with that. But now let's see if we can power it on. And it is indeed starting up, so that's great. While it's starting up, let's see what else is in the box. So we also have, no surprise, a micro USB to USB charging cable. That's pretty helpful. And a wall charger. Let's see, it'll come out one way or the other. There we go. So here's our little wall charger. Of course, you can plug it into any USB device, and that's everything in the box. So in terms of unboxing, that's our unboxing. Now, let me tell you just a couple more specs about this. Like I said, the rear facing is a dual camera that's 13 megapixels. The front facing is a 5 megapixel, and it has a 2800 milliamp hour battery. So it's not a huge battery, but it probably isn't taking a lot of demand on the battery, which means it probably has good battery life anyway. Generally, companies aim for 18 to 24 hours. I know you're laughing, but some people are pretty hard and pretty tough with their devices in terms of actual battery usage. So turn the brightness down a little bit, turn off Bluetooth if you're not using it, turn off GPS if you're not using it, and your battery will last longer. Easy enough, right? So it is 5.7 inches long by 2.7 inches wide. As you can see, it fits very comfortably in my hand, and the screen looks just fine. I mean, it's not a super high resolution screen. It's certainly not an Apple Retina screen or anything with its like massive pixel density, but 1440 by 720 still is going to make TV shows and streaming movies and games and everything look pretty darn nice. So, it's all about expectations. It also has Bluetooth 4.0, which would be nice to have Bluetooth 5.0. So I guess if I had to list the things that you want to know before you decide to buy this is number 1, micro USB for charging, no wireless charging capability, and a relatively low resolution screen, though I suspect you wouldn't even notice once you were using it, and Bluetooth 4.0, which might leave you a little bit desiring you had a slightly better Bluetooth for some of the modern audio devices, but you have a 3.5 millimeter audio jack, so you can plug things in to compensate. So there's that. On the positive side, it's a nice looking, nice feeling, light, small phone. Everything you need comes in the box, and it's under $100. Under $100. I mean, I can go and buy a case for my fancy iPhone 11 Pro that costs more than this phone does. Crazy, right? So, one more thing I want to talk about, but before I do that, I'm going to ask if you can subscribe to my channel. I get access to a lot of gear. I work with a lot of companies. I'm super honest. I'll always tell you the straight scoop. So, click that subscribe button, and I really appreciate it. So, this is the new X6 smartphone, $99.99 at newmobile.com. But when I went to their site to check things out, it popped up a dialog box that offered me a 30% off discount code. If I applied a 30% discount code to this phone, this would go down to a crazy, mind-boggling $69.99. $70. That is basically like a really nice dinner for two, and you'd have a smartphone out of it. Kind of hard to complain about that, right? So, if you're looking for a low-cost second phone or a phone that supports 2 lines, or you need a phone for someone else in your family, or business phone, maybe you need to go and supply a phone for a dozen or 2 people, something like this could be a really interesting solution. Definitely worth checking out. newmobile.com. This is Dave Taylor, and I will catch you in my next video.